speaking of political agendas, I wrestled about whether or not to actually include this on the show, but let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Star Wars: The Acolyte is now on Disney Plus. They're 3 episodes in. Matt, have you watched any of this? I know you're a big Clone Wars fan.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm struggling with this one myself. Now, this is completely divisive among Star Wars fans. And a lot of the reason is because whether you like what they're doing with the show or not, it is very DEI centric. The cast is all people of color, people of different ethnicities, women, which again, none of that is bad in of itself, in my opinion. I got no problem with that. But it's when you force the agenda, it's when you force it in to check all the boxes off and to do all this stuff to just kind of rub it in people's faces or to kind of put them up. We have to acknowledge this is a thing instead of just casually letting it be there, and just pushing it too much is the problem that many people are having at this point. And my bigger issue with this series is not so much that part of it, which that is a big problem with Disney in general, not just Star Wars. It's Marvel starting to do it to some degree, not as much, but Disney animated everybody is
stupid.
It's ridiculously bad.
Disney is walking a very fine line.
Very fine line right now.
Right now.
I mean, they're losing subscribers on Disney Plus left and right because people are tired of the woke agenda. Now, that being said, I don't think that the story of The Acolyte inherently is bad, per se. Everybody's saying it's ruining Star Wars. I wouldn't go that far. There's one part of it that I don't like. Now, for those of you who don't know a little bit about Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, everybody knows that story, was the chosen one, was kind of an immaculate, conception, that sort of thing. That's what makes that character important and more powerful than the rest. In this series, we have a set of twins, kind of like Luke and Leia were, that were conceived by a set of, witches, the 2 women witches, by using the Force. So my bigger problem with it is the fact that they are now kind of retconning the Force a little bit and taking the importance away from Anakin Skywalker and of him being like the chosen one and being an immaculate conception. And now saying that it just happens to anybody now with these young twins in the series. That's my bigger problem with it. But the rest of it's not good either. And I agree with Ty. They're definitely retconning the Force here. Trying to say everybody can use it. Everybody's special. There's even a line in here that children know exactly what they want to be. It's like trying to say, you have to affirm the transgender stuff. It's like they're trying to put the subtle messaging in it, and fans are revolting against it. And it's just one of those things to me where I love Star Wars so much. I mean, I got a whole wall behind me that's got Star Wars stuff on it. But there's going to come a point to where if you keep pushing fans away like this, people like me are just going to either stop watching altogether or we'll just watch the old stuff. So,
which is what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
the new Disney stuff. Let me tell you something. That Disney has they've put themselves in a position where they could have done really great stuff with Star Wars.
Yeah, they could have, and they dropped the ball.
And what they did, they put it in a plastic ball. They shredded it. They ripped it. They poured gasoline on it and burned it.
Yeah.
Is what they did.
And it's not so much like female characters or anything like that. I mean, I like Ahsoka. I like Rey until they kind of tried to make her out to be like the granddaughter of the the Emperor and things like that. Like that didn't make much sense.
It's not a female character thing, Eric. It's an agenda thing.
Well, the agenda thing plus the bad writing. It's just they don't plan it out. It's none of that stuff. And this is more of that. It's bad writing. And I like Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni did the series. He actually learned under George Lucas, but even Dave Filoni signed up on this as one of the head creatives. That worries the hell out of me, and I'm very much excited for his Grand Admiral Thrawn movie that's going to be coming out in a few years, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun if they do that right. Be very good. And the Mandalorian and Grogu is kind of taking a bit, kind of been sidelined a little bit after season 3 didn't get the great reception that many people thought it would. We're getting a movie with that, but that's going to be directed by Jon Favreau, so I have hope for that. But other than that, this other stuff that Disney's doing, it's just got to stop. I mean, not only that, the Rey movie that's coming out is going to have a director by the name of Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, who is on record as saying that one of her sole goals in life is to make men angry because she doesn't like men. she's a feminist. She's an activist. She's not a real director.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this sort of thing
Well,
is
now
only
I'm not
ruining
gonna
the franchises.
See, that's precisely it. Star Wars is very agenda based nowadays, and it's
It's not
really
just Star Wars. It's a lot of shit.
It's
like-
a lot of stuff, but Star Wars in
A
particular.
lot.
One.
it's Disney in general.
Yeah.
As
definitely
much as
Disney.
I hate to, I'm not sitting here hating on Disney, and I'm not going to sit here and do that. But I don't like watching
will.
movies that are. I know you will. I'm not going to sit here and watch movies that are just going to shove this. I'm just going to call it how it is. This shit in our face. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what it is, man. I mean,
Top Gun
it
Maverick
sucks,
made
but-
billions of dollars. Bad Boys for Ride or Die right now is doing really well in the box office. Dune Part 2 did really well at the box office. What do they all have
Maybe
in
they can
common?
take notes.
They don't have a woke, pushed leftist ideology agenda in it. I mean, there are female characters and people of color in those movies, but it's not jammed in your face like you must accept this.
Right.
And it's paying off.
I just
for 'em.
want to. It's been going on for so long, and it got into the corporations. Look at Pepsi, Budweiser, all that. Like, I can't wait for this shit to just the boomerang to come
And it always
back.
just seems like those people who are in power who want to push this. Nobody who actually has to live with it really cares for it. They don't want it.
No.
I just realized that now I know why they released this Star Wars show in June.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
You're right, Eric. It's very agenda based.
I'm not saying the show may not be good. There's still 5 episodes left in this season. It could very well be good. But the episode
Gonna
3,
have
everybody
to
was
do a
saying
lot of-
because of the whole thing that they did with the Force and stuff, ruined the series and ruined Star Wars in general. I'm not ready to say that yet because it was there, but it wasn't like, it didn't overtake the entire show. So I'm not willing to go that far yet, but they're definitely trying to get it to that point. And
But Disney's just walking a path that. But I hate to say this, it's going to doom Star Wars.
and that's not cool. Because I would love to see. Everybody wants to see. Well, fans of Star Wars want to see more Star Wars, but they want to see it done right. They don't want to see this nonsense.
And they're talk of a Clone Wars series. I've heard rumors floating around about that.
Live action.
Live action still. And
Well,
I'm
you know
like,
what, guys? They've said we've got aliens living in the moon, possibly here on Earth. Maybe we'll get some real life shit.
This is every Star
Yeah.
Wars fan
And
right
like
now.
Star Wars
Yeah.
type fighting.
Yes,
Obi-Wan.
this is
Obi-Wan rolling his eyes.
First of all, there are very few people in this world I trust with a handgun, let alone a fucking lightsaber.
Which is funny. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
it's just sad. It's very sad, and I just hope. You're right, Eric. I hope these 5 episodes will change my mind on the series, but I think it's just lost.
Well, and as a fan of it, I have a hard time not liking certain aspects of it, no matter what. But like I said, it's going to come to a point where it's just going to be like, I'm not going to put up with it, and I'll just watch the old stuff or the new stuff I do like, and omit the stuff I don't like.
Do the ends justify the means?
To them, it does.
That's the
but-
question.
And it's not going to make money, and they're just going to keep churning it out. And that's why people don't go to theaters and all that sort of stuff.